out from behind me. Alrighty, here you go. I'll tear it up for you. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Karen. I tore it up for you. Go on, get 'em.
Hey, what is going on, sir? What's going on, Karen? What's going on, Drake?
Okay.
What is happening with everybody? Hopefully, everybody is good.
I I'm
I'm trying to
kind
do it a
of
little better.
um tired, but I was at the hospital for 7 hours, and I've never been one to be there, but I
Right.
wanted to be there. I ain't taking back me going to the hospital and spending 7 hours with my grandma. But
Right. Yeah, that'll definitely drain you. I I used to spend it every day for at least half the day with my mom before she passed away, and it was just by the time I got out of there, I felt like mentally, just mentally and emotionally, I felt like that, like worse than if I had worked all day. Just tired, just pressured. You know.
it'll do that to you.
Yeah, pretty good so far. Not bad, not bad, not bad.
Now,
I was
I want to.
really depressed earlier, but I feel better now. I was very depressed.
I'm sorry. I want to make an announcement before we start this whole thing up. I
Okay.
made a video on my channel today saying that I can't do live streams for the rest of the month because they're saying that I cut off my limit when I
Right.
did the live stream from tonight,
Right.
early this morning from midnight on. But I had like 2 hours left on it. So that's about how long this live stream is going to take because it's about an hour and a half, a little more for the movie. Um, but I went back onto StreamYard it's actually going to be um, the renew date is April 22nd, so that's Tuesday. So yeah, I will be able to do my live stream. So everyone, don't worry.
Move your, just move your Monday to Tuesday, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna move it to Tuesday. Um,
Mhm. Sounds good. Sounds good. That was pretty eventful. Me with a sorry face. uh, been peaceful, huh? How's it been peaceful? Just peaceful? What is nobody home? You there by yourself or what? What's going on?
yeah, it's it ain't peaceful. It'll never be peaceful with Jack around.
Yeah, I was Drake said something about it being peaceful, so I was like, how is it peaceful? Is everybody gone? Or oh my god, I got one of those itches on my back. You know those ones that go
Oh,
away after the week. Oh my, there it is. There it is. I got it.
yeah, Jake. What do you mean by it's peaceful
Uh,
for you?
there we go. Oh, that's so much better. I hate that. Why is it every itch you get is in a spot you can't reach? Have you ever thought about that?
Yeah, it usually is, especially the ones that. But
It's one of
they
God's
do
jokes or
have
something.
back scratchers now for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's one of God's little jokes. You know what I mean? He doesn't get a whole lot of things to crack him up or to really make him smile or laugh a whole lot. So he just does that, and he's like,
Well, he said he is just in his likeness, and
okay.
we like to laugh, so why not him as well?
Yeah, mischievous Joker. Yeah, just pulling little jokes. Yeah, he's like, oh, here, watch this. I'll put this itch exactly where they can't reach it, and I'll make it to where there's nothing around that they can grab to scratch. Then you're sitting there in the chair doing this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Just trying to get rid of it. And if you're talking to somebody, like especially somebody you don't know very well, you're kind of doing it real discreetly, like just kind of, you know, because people you don't know, you usually are like, you know, people you know, it doesn't matter. You can get as stupid as you want, but people you don't know very well, like say it's the first time you met somebody, you know, you're kind of a little more discreet. It's like, but yeah, you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
I mean, it reminds me of something. My uncle always scratched his had back scratch itch, and his kids were always giving him back scratches as presents, and they always broke on his butt. So yeah,
Yeah, I have
if
one. I
you
just can't
try
find
to
it.
scratch your back and everything, and 'cause sometimes, especially when it's there, it's so intense that you have to really scratch it hard, and
Right.
them things don't work 'cause you'll
Yeah,
break them.
yeah. The best scratcher I have is like made out of an antenna, and it's a pretty strong antenna, so I could stretch it way out here if I want. No, I could reach all the way down the back of my knee if I wanted to, but I can't find it. It just mysteriously just disappeared. So that's another one of those jokes I was talking about.
Yeah.
A brand
Well,
new toilet brush is perfect. That is true, but you got to be careful with them things, man. Those things will rip the skin off you. I when I was younger, I bought a brand new toilet brush because I didn't want to get a back scratcher, and my brother used a brand new toilet brush to scratch his back. And I found out that makes a great back scratcher. A brand new toilet brush, you know, with the hard bristles.
yeah.
Trust me, it's a great back scratcher. It sounds weird. Well, I told somebody that I scratched my back with a toilet brush, and it was like, "Ew," and I was like, not one that's been used, dipshit. One that it was brand new. I didn't take it out of the bathroom and scratch my back with it. It's like, hey,
Um,
you did that? I was like, no, it's a
how
brand new one.
crazy can somebody be to think that you're gonna use a used one? Yuck! What
Hey,
person in
hey,
their right mind would do that?
right. Hey, as soon as you're gonna clean the toilet, bring that here. I got an itch on my back. You know,
Hello.
hurry up and clean that toilet, man. My back itches. No, that that would be not. No, a brand new one. But yeah, but you gotta be careful because those things will rip the skin right off your back if you're not careful. Because you know they're made to clean. You know, hard to clean shit. You know, so yeah. But the good idea. I use clothes. Yeah, I mean, just the whole idea. Yeah, you're right, Karen. The whole idea of it is just like you're just like, ooh, a toilet brush. But if it's never been used on a toilet, now it's a back scratcher. It only becomes a
Well,
toilet brush when you use it on the toilet. Yeah,
exactly.
but it just sounds fucked up though. I mean, it really does. You know it just instantly makes you go. You know, but yeah, trust me, they are good. Just be if you ever try that, be careful because it will rip the skin right off your back. You got to do it easy. But they reach and everything. So yeah, idea I got from my bro.
So,
Now I don't know
anyone,
how he came up with
is
that. I don't know
everybody
how he.
ready that's going to be watching this movie with us?
I'm ready. I got pause and everything. Now I don't remember this one very well at all. I do. I from what Austin told me the other night. This is the one with the tanning bed in it. If
Yeah.
that's true, that's all I remember about it. So this ought to be interesting. God damn it. So yeah.
Yeah, I've done that, Sarah. You know them really long paloofas that you can get? It's like $20. It goes all the way down your back. If I can't find anything else, I will get that and I'll start scratching my back with that thing.
Yeah. Maybe like show. Yeah.
Sarah does it too. Um,
Yeah.
okay, let's do a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
All right. The good old New Line Cinema sign. Yeah, this would be almost like a first watch for me because I may have seen most of it once, but I don't think I've seen all of it. I might. Okay, I've seen scenes of this opening at the amusement park. I've seen scenes of it on like Reels Top 100 whatever type thing, but I don't think I've ever seen the whole scene to it. So I'll lose that.
Yeah, I haven't seen this one. I was going to watch it this week, but things got in the way and I couldn't.
Right. You say Tony Todd's in all of them?
Where is it? Here we go.
All of them. Yes, we are off. Here it goes. Is it like the same writers or the same directors or anything like that with these films, or do you know?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I was watching the first Final Destination back when it first come out, and the first thing I thought about was how the kills in it are just like they happen in the original two Omen films. You know what I mean?
You're
Just little
right
accidents.
about this. Tony is in every single movie.
Okay, that's a good thing.
Even though I haven't seen all of them,
You never get
he
too
is
much
in
credit.
one form or another. At the beginning of this movie, I did watch some of it. There is a scene where they show this devil ride. It's got the devil's head, and someone's talking out of its mouth, and that's Tony Todd.
Okay,
I don't know that for sure, but it sounds just like him. And let's be frank, nobody sounds like Tony but him.
right. This right here they're showing the very first ride ever like that. I think it was at Cedar Point. It was called the Demon Drop. I remember that when I was a kid. It's called the Demon Drop, and I think it's a lot like that ride.
They still call that thing that at the fair.
Do they? Okay.
The one that comes here every year. They wanted to change the name, but people were used to that being called that, so they just left it alone.
And the
I
Demon
thought,
Drop.
I shook my head and I was like, why are these Christian people worried about a name on a ride?
Right. That's the ones. That's the ones that you can usually count on. The ones that are hypocrites, or ones that are so worried about that kind of shit. That's the hypocrite. You know what I mean? People that are actually religious and actually have a love and belief in God aren't as hard assed on you about simple shit. They just leave that up to you and God. You know what I mean? A truly religious person leaves that between you and God. They don't get into your business.
Exactly. They really don't. I mean,
because
but
no,
there's more of them kind of people than there are
oh,
the
absolutely.
ones that are real.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Because the real ones know that the only one that is fit to judge you is God, not them.
I think that the girl here looks a lot like Allie from the first two movies.
Right.
I think they did it on purpose to make you think she looks like her.
What's her name? There is the one from like Death Proof and shit like that. Right? Yeah. Damn, you see the booty on that chick in the blue?
Yeah,
Jesus.
I know.
Jesus. Jesus. Sorry.
That guy looks familiar. The one that just took the picture and the one in the red jacket took the camera from him.
Yeah, Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Drake's a big fan of her. He's always had a thing for her. I remember back when he was a lot younger, he liked her.
You think that's bad, Drake? You know what they did? They tried to burn all the D&D board games, Dungeons and Dragons, for y'all that don't know, because it was satanic.
Hmm.
Back in the 80s. I don't have any experience with any of that stuff. It's just anything that's got to do with history that's weird and unusual. I find out about that stuff. So I'm looking for that kind of thing.
It's setting us up real good for a big disaster here. I can feel it. All these people here they're showing are going to get on this roller coaster and get all fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Showing us everybody, letting us get to know them just a little bit. That was like a Warren Sapp jersey. I think it might be. That was his number. That looks like an Oakland Raider jersey. That's the number he wore when he played. He only played like a season or two for the Raiders. But I think it's. Yeah. I heard it. That was Tony Todd. Unmistakable.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, they went all crazy, and the weird people started buying up the Ouija boards and taking them out protesting. We got Ouija boards! It's them crazy ass people.
Yeah, what people understand is the we the Ouija board. The Ouija board is just a game.
Yeah, it is. It's by Hasbro.
Yeah,
They own that
Ouija.
board.
Ouija is just a game. Yeah.
With that being said, I do think if you go in wanting to talk to something, you can lead yourself into bringing things in.
Well, you can kind of almost do that with about anything, though. If you have strong
Exactly.
people, you know.
But you got to open yourself up to that. And if you don't, then nothing can come through.
Right.
If you look at it as a game, that's what it's going to be.
Yeah. I think he even kind of looks like Tony Todd in a way.
The black guy that she was taking pictures of,
No, the big demon. He looks like
yeah,
if Tony Todd was a demon, that's what he looked like.
It's like I said, I think he might actually be dead.
Right.
And in some cultures, death is the devil.
Hmm.
Not not the Western world, but over in other countries in Middle Eastern, they consider death to be a devil or the devil. Like I said, I like knowing. Has anybody ever seen House on Haunted Hill? Now, I'm not talking about Vincent Price one. I'm talking about the remake that this roller coaster kind of reminds me of the beginning of that.
Yeah.
I wonder if they took from that movie because it came out before this one did.
Yeah. Yeah, it come out around the same time as the remake of House of Wax and all those did.
But something I've noticed about all the Final Destination movies, kind of like Scream, they kind of take from other movies and apply them into the. It's like you said, the first one, you thought it was ominous of The Omen. And
Yeah.
it
The
very
Killing.
much is. There's so much stuff paying homage to it. But they don't do it like Scream does and make it a joke. They make it more serious in these movies.
Right. Yeah, it's just the kills that happen by accident and by circumstance, and that's the way the devil had stuff happening in the Omen movie. He would use circumstance to kill off the people he needed to kill off.
Exactly.
Like the big sheet of glass that flies through there and chops off David Warner's head in the first one. That's a great scene.
Yeah, and before that, every time something bad's gonna happen, there's lightning in the air. And if you go back and look at the Omen, you're gonna see that all the lightning's coming down and everything.
Right.
And like I
Yeah.
said, the opening shot where you see House on Haunted Hill, they have this amusement park and rides and everything, and this ride looks a lot like that.
There, you got more light going there. Yeah. When they were going to get on the thing, she looked up and seen that space where she seen where it was moving and wasn't connected. Why in the hell is she going to get on it? It's like, oh, there's no way. If
Yeah,
I looked up the roller coaster and seen shit was loose, there's no way I'd be getting on it.
no, that's kind of an omen saying,
Right.
"Be warned, this is gonna happen." And
Not sprung a leak.
unlike some of the things that happen in some of the other movies, this, you know how many fatalities and how many deaths have happened in actual roller coasters?
I know there's been a few over the years.
Yeah. A lot of you don't ever get to hear about and everything, but
They try to keep that hush hush as much as possible.
yeah, I mean, this comes to mind, and I don't know why, but when Disneyland, I believe, that is the first one they made, right? Not World.
I don't remember which one was first. I know one's in Florida and one's in California. The Florida one was
The
first.
California one, they had all these things happening and everything, and you know they hushed it up as much as they could, but they had to go in because people were but you know, a lot of the major companies, they probably had stuff like this happen when it first started out.
Oh yeah. Seemed like Disney World was first because Disney World was it had the aquarium and it had Shamu and shit in the water. That's back when old Shamu was around. The first one.
Behave! Why are you on me?
Because my mom went there in the late 70s. I remember I was like 4 or 5, and my mom went there with a group of people she worked with.
I say it again. Why are you on me? Sorry. He's trying to kiss me, and he's putting his nails into my body. Where are you?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, leaking oil and everything.
Oh shit! There goes the camera.
I can't believe. Well, believe it or not, Dollywood still has rides that have wood built
Yeah.
into.
Um.
Um,
The Beast at Kings Island's always been wood. Yep. And that's like one of the most well-known roller coasters there's ever been.
yeah.
It's one of the older ones too. That's a pretty fun roller coaster. Back when I used to ride roller coasters a lot. The Beast is best at night. You go through all those tunnels and shit. They're really cool looking at night. Oh shit. There it goes. Ah.
I wonder which one is having the dream that this is going to happen.
Oh, and it gets stuck with her upside down. They're just holding on. Ah. Oh man, shit. I'd be holding on to that one way or another.
Ugh.
They're all you can see them all laying around on the ground. Whoa.
I wanted to go on this really high ride and everything, and it looked just like this at Dollywood, and my grandma was like, "You're not going on it alone." And I'm not going with you, but my dad was with me, and he said, "Mama, I will go with Nanette."
She says,
This is one of her nightmares.
uh,
Because she doesn't like heights.
yeah. Heights are weird with me. They ain't used to bother me quite as much, but as I've gotten older, they bother me a little more. At the same time, I'm fascinated by them. So I have a strange relationship with heights. Yeah, it's really fascinating. Yeah, a lot of things like that have changed for me in like the last 10 years or so. Like I said, I'll be 52 next month, and I'm a lot different than I was at 42. I'm a lot different than I was even a year ago. Really, I'm a lot calmer. I just realized a lot of things.
Another thing she don't like is airplanes, and I'm like, why don't you want to be in the sky? She said, if God intended me to fly, He would have gave me wings.
That's the way I look at it. That's why I don't really want to fly. We were never meant to fly. You know what I mean? We were not meant to fly. We don't have wings. We're not meant to fly places. You know, I would fly, but I don't want to. I mean, I would, like, if I really had to, but I wouldn't like it. Never have. I'm one of the only people that I know that has. The early 2000s it's back when the girls were wearing all those low cut jeans. Those were cool. Yeah, she does really good at looking sad and looking desperate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's really good at that. She just got the eyes and the face for it. Let me see what else. She was also in 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
The only one that I will watch because it's not found footage.
yeah. I like both first two. Of course, I'm a found footage fan. If it's good found footage, there's two kinds of found footage films. There's good ones and not good ones.
I don't like shaky cams.
But the ones that are good are real.
they they make me sick. Um,
Yeah. Rain, here and on the wind, it's come down like rain. Take away my pain. Let's come down like rain.
what I don't understand is how they're gonna introduce Tony Todd into this because
Yeah.
from what I hear they didn't bring back AJ in this one,
Hmm.
even for a cameo.
Oh, I seen that guy in a movie. Oh, I'm trying to think of that movie I seen him in. Oh, this guy right here with the black shirt. Oh, what was the name of that? It was almost like a found footage movie type thing. The movie I'm thinking of, this guy was in. I can't think of it though. That,
I think I'm a little behind you because I had
um,
to watch I had to watch two commercials. I'm
oh, okay.
watching it on Max and everything, and they don't do commercials with mine, but at the beginning of it, they do previews.
How many minutes you in?
Um, 24:45.
Okay, yeah, you're about a minute behind me. Tell me when you're like 25 minutes and 5 seconds. That's about where I'm at.
I seen the black guy. I mean, the guy with black
Yeah.
shirt on. Huh.
Okay. I'm at 25, 15, 16.
I'm at 16 now.
Okay. I'll pause it for a couple seconds here, and we should be right on. He's right there at her window talking to her.
I mean, 25:16.
Okay. Yeah, he's right there at her window, looking desperate, getting wet as hell. Oh, he's referring back to the first one. She just says, "Fuck off." I don't want to hear your bullshit. Piss. Yeah.
Okay, now we know how she's gonna find out about the Moore guy.
Right.
This guy.
Every time we come here, here's a tanning bed. Yeah. You totally like it. God, those two chicks, man, are just annoying.
Yeah.
It's like, can you be a bitch much? Yeah.
They remind me of them sorority girls in Scream 2,
Yeah.
trying to get Sydney to join their fraternity.
Yeah, I knew she was her sister because when they did the amusement park scene, she said, "Does mom know you're here?" She's like, "Yeah." She's been on the dramatic side. Something tells me she's just kind of like this anyway. She's kind of sensitive and emotional. Probably why her sister's an asshole to her. Some people are just like that.
Yeah.
You know, you, you, you know, if you're an asshole to them, you're just gonna make them even more emotional. Try being a little more sensitive, a little more understanding. We could use a lot more understanding in the world,
Yeah. Definitely.
a lot more forgiveness.
Hello, Marty.
Marty, what's happening, man? Let's see. It's 4 a.m. Stop in for a second. Yep, yep. Definitely, definitely. Have a good one, man.
Thanks for coming in. Get
Yeah,
some sleep.
yeah. He's over in what is it Australia or is it Britain? Sometimes I get confused with that. For the longest time, I thought Ginger Ninja was in Britain.
No, he's in Australia.
Oh, oh,
He
yeah, I
he's
know, yeah, I know.
probably over closer to like Britain and everything, but Sarah is 5 hours ahead of me, which makes it yep.
Yeah, me and Ninja have been good friends now for the last couple of years. So yeah, I definitely know because I sent gifts over Australia.
They say
Cost
in
me
his island, never say UK.
it it cost me $43 shipping to send something to Nin. $43. I was like, damn. But when he sent something to me, he said it was only like 20. It's like, nah, that's typical. It's probably a couple years ago. Yeah, a tiny bit. Seems
She's
like a regular
getting
good day.
close to the tan bed's going to do. But even if she had known, I wonder if she would have saved them in time. I mean, she don't really like them two girls.
And I don't know why I get it confused because there is a distinct difference between Australian and Britain accent. There really is.
Yeah.
They focus in on the drink.
Thank you.
Foreshadow.
Sleep well.
Yeah, take it easy, man. Have a good one. Forgot my iPod. Damn it. Ah, physical media, CDs. I still love CDs too, just like I do records, just like I do DVDs and Blu-rays and 4K. I love
Yeah.
all that shit. I never switched over to the digital shit. I mean, here and there, oh, boobies. Damn, it's a good day. We have, well, like on the Revenge of the Nerds, tits. We have tits. That's what the Booger says. Do you remember? I mean, I'm sure you've seen Revenge of the Nerds.
Seen what?
Revenge of the Nerds.
I haven't.
Yeah. You have it or you haven't seen it? Well, here goes. Oh, they're now getting slowly cooked.
Yeah.
Ooh. Uh, oh, the flip phone. That's great.
Yeah. They're being cooked.
Yeah, yeah. Slowly cooked.
It's 36-33, Erica.
Ooh.
I mean, Karen.
So expensive. Oh, sorry about that. I was busy watching the booby girls get cooked here. Yeah, about 37 and a half minutes. Oh man, you got 10 now. Holy shit, that'd be fucking terrible. Oh god. First of all, he never should have left him in there like that. The whole point of being an employee.
He's too busy running his mouth on the phone.
Yeah.
And now the door won't open.
Mm-hmm.
Why the hell does he not have a block that keeps the door from closing? Why is he using panning it and screen lotion.
Like slow roasted. Yeah, there's like
It definitely would be for me. I don't like fire. And trust me, I've been burned. I've got a scar on my leg to prove it.
most long pig anyway. Yeah.
Hello, man.
How you doing, man? We just watched these two girls get to get their boobies and everything get cooked. It was quite the shame it was. That's a hell of a time to reach over and try to give yourself a kiss, wasn't it? She was like, bap. Like, no. He had to look at his face like, what? Like, we're at a funeral, dude. He, he just wanted a little kiss, you know. Just a little.
She smacked him and shoved him away.
Yeah, right in the face. Yeah, he was like, huh? Wow. Yeah. His timing was a bit off. Jason Robert Wise.
It's not the right place to try to kiss somebody at a funeral. Especially when that person that you're trying to kiss thinks it's their fault that.
Yeah.
Because I'm not at all upset that them two girls got burned
Right.
up. They just stuck up little preppy asses.
Yeah.
They'll stab you as soon as be friends with you.
That's that way with most people, though. Really.
Oh, you're doing a live stream with Karen.
Yes. Yes, I am.
Yeah, I'm doing one with her too. She wants me to do what's along to Fright Night too.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, we're gonna do where evil lurks.
Yeah, when evil lurks.
It's
Yeah, talking.
that's yeah, that's a pretty good one. It's what I like about it is it gives a whole different look to the whole possession thing. You know, I'm so sick of the same old type of possession movies where they all try to copy off The Exorcist. When Evil Lurks doesn't do that, and that's why I like it. There's only one exorcist, you know, and nobody can
Yeah.
come close to doing it as well as they did. So they just need to leave it alone. Stop trying to be like the exorcist. You can't do it.
Have you ever seen The Cleansing Hour?
Mm-mm.
Well, if you ever thought about getting a streaming service to pay for, you should think about either getting Shutter or AMC Plus. AMC Plus has all of pretty much everything that's on Shutter, but you get action and comedy and sci-fi along with it, and it's actually cheaper than getting Shutter. Um,
Yeah, I have that. As a matter of
and
fact.
well, you can watch The Cleansing Hour on AMC Plus.
Okay, cool.
And it's one of favorite movies about exorcism, and it delves into takes it in a whole different way than the Exorcist movies did it. I don't want to go into too much, but basically they have these people come to this warehouse with this guy that's a film guy, and he's also a priest, and to see if they have demons inside of them.
Okay. Yeah, I've not seen that one
But
yet.
here's what it says. But yeah, that's when I found out about it because she was interviewing the director of the movie, and I was like, "Ooh, I want to see this!" And I have AMC Plus, and it's on there, so I went looking for it.
Is that the director that she interviewed like about a year and a half ago?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, him. All right, all right. Cool. All right, yeah. Now, now she interviewed another director too that did a found footage film that I watched. I can't remember McPherson tape or it was
Well,
what,
I
what,
should tell
what
you
was it?
something else about the Cleansing Hour. It's kind of set up like a found footage movie, but not
Okay.
in the way that you think of found footage. It's more like a documentary type style of a movie. Um,
Oh, so it's like a mockumentary.
yeah,
Okay, okay.
and I love them kind of found footage movies. They may be one of my favorites, but yeah, I'm really into possession movies. People
Yeah.
don't know this, but I really like possession movies. It's I have a very big collection of them kind of movies, and like you said, some of them are crap, but others are not, and
Well, the ones that are good nowadays are the ones that go another direction. You know, besides The Exorcist, ones that realize they can't be like that, so they got to go another way. There's a lot of
well,
different ways that you can go. You know.
she's talking about yes, Damien Bone, Cordu,
Right.
Kyle
Right.
is in it. But yeah, it's
Oh hell. slowly bring us up here. Just I'm saying you don't have to have these ridiculous jump scares all the time. Sometimes when you slowly come up on something, bring something slowly in, and you get the impact is so much bigger.
I find that doing it slowly is so much more rewarding than them damn jump scares. Of course, with that said, there is one movie that did a jump scare that was absolutely brilliant, and that was Exorcist 3.
Yep, that's how you do it. Is like they did it. That's exactly how you do it. And they only did it once. You know what I mean? The problem is with all the conjurings and all those different nuns and all that different shit is they start doing it all the time, and anything you do all the time, it's not, you know what I mean? It's going to lose its effect if you do it all the time.
The funny thing is, they bring the audience in and you know it's coming. But when it happens, it still scares the hell out of you. And that is brilliant writing, brilliant directing, and brilliant acting on every part, doing it that way.
Yeah. Great filmmakers have proven that no matter how much something has been done, when you get a great filmmaker, they can make it seem fresh.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of like this movie. I mean, or any of the Final Destinations that I've seen. And everybody says all of them except for the fourth one that's the Final Destination. They say that they all did great stuff in them, which makes me think that maybe they had the same people on all of them except for that one, and then somebody else picked that one up and did it, and that's why it didn't do so well.
Yeah, pretty consistent franchise. Like I think the Saw franchise is pretty consistent. I don't
Yeah,
dislike it like a lot of people do. I I like all the films. The only one I didn't get into as much was Spiral. Spiral was all right, but all the other ones it all fits together in one really good story. I think.
I haven't seen all of them. I got to the last Saw movie before Jigsaw, and that's as far as I went. But I'll get around to watching all of them. I have them all,
Saw X went back to the basics, and Saw X is
except for
really
X.
good. X is really good.
Everybody is upset that they're not doing Saw 11. They wanted to see more of.
Well, I think that's back on.
Oh,
I do believe that 11 is going again. I do believe it's back on. So hopefully, because the story wouldn't finish with X. They got a little more to tell now, and I love the fact that they went back and brought Shawnee Smith back in because I love Shawnee Smith's character in that.
she's a great actress. Everything I've seen her in, I've loved her in. I mean, there's not very many. I mean, she's been in a lot of things that I haven't seen, but I've seen The Blob. I've seen The
Stand.
Shining. The Stand is another one. She played
She's great.
crazy great in that movie. I seen Becker.
She's in
She
what
made me
Summer
laugh in
School, I
that
think, too.
movie. I mean, that TV show. Uh, it's probably my favorite character of her.
Yeah.
Um, because you don't get to see just one side of her in Becker. You see all these different sides, and you actually get to see that she's warm and caring and can be compassionate and
Yeah.
loving. But she's a ditz in there too. So
I never seen Becker. I didn't realize she was in it.
yeah, she's one of his nurses.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
if you like Ted Danson, it's worth a watch. It's probably his best acting after Cheers. You've
Yeah.
talked about watching Cheers, so I know you've seen that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was great in it. He played a okay. Imagine a Karen, grumpy old, nicer version of House as a doctor, and
Okay.
that is Becker.
Cool.
Um, you know that the collector and the collection was supposed to be movies that went with the Saw franchise, but they cut that right out from under it and decided to make them their own thing. But I've never seen them movies, but from what have heard, it seems like it would be part of the Saw franchise, but done in the house.
Yeah. Yeah. Like if he tried, if instead of him bringing them to his place to set the traps, he went there to set them up. Yeah. Like if he went to their house to set up the traps instead of bringing them back to his place, his warehouse or whatever. You're not
Oh my
getting
God.
nothing done bench pressing like that. You're not
I
getting no.
feel bad for him. I'm sure because they're all there that
Oh,
they'll get to him in time before he gets hurt. But he's the next to go. You can tell it because them nails are coming loose
oh,
on the.
like doing it real fast, like he was doing it. You're supposed to do that slow. You're supposed to feel the bird. You're supposed to really like pay attention. Anytime you do it real fast like that, you're not getting nothing done but getting tired. It just said pop in his
um,
head like,
I,
oh
you
man.
us talking about the collector and the collection and Saul. This, I bet this paid homage to that. That one scene where they, even though I've never seen the collector or the collection, I know so much about it because people talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what everybody tells me, Karen. Have you ever read the books? Because there are books to the collector and the collection. I didn't realize that was true until the guy Matthew Gray Gerber was talking. His character Spencer was talking about them in on Criminal Minds, how his mom used to read the story of them books to him when he was a teenager. There's so many movies out there that it's hard to go and watch everything. So it's not
Isn't that
surprising you haven't seen it, Sarah.
isn't that guy this guy here with the funky hair and the black shirt? Isn't that the guy that had the van in Ginger Snaps?
Give me a minute. I'm not at that part, but
Same thing I was talking about earlier with the guy said that was in a found footage film. I couldn't think of the name of it. That guy, this guy right here that's riding around on this thing. Well, right here he's got like a gray flannel shirt, spike bracelet.
yeah, he
Looks like
looks like it.
yeah,
He's the drug
I think I
dealer
knew him.
that he starts being friendly with crap. Why can't I remember Ginger's sister's name? That's my favorite werewolf movie.
Yeah, oh shit. Because it's played by the girl from It. Oh shit, man. Hold on, I got it right over here.
I don't know when I'll get it, but your son is sending me the
Bridget,
it
Bridget.
on box set because I said I love that movie so much.
It,
And I
it's
told him
Emily
I
Blunt,
didn't have it.
and she plays Bridget.
Yeah, Bridget. Bridget was hanging around him trying
Yeah,
to find
yeah.
out about what
The
was
drug
wrong
dealer.
with your sister, but she told him it was her, and he called her bluff at the end. But yeah, if that ain't him, he is his twin.
He looks like him. Yeah, that's for sure. I believe it is him. Yeah, Bridget. Yeah, he just kind of took a liking to her. You know what I mean? Because she was different, and he liked that about
Gore, the more the better. I love Gore.
her.
Uh,
Gore is
and
pretty cool. Gore is cool.
Sarah, everybody here, we're all big into gore and everything. Most of the people that I follow on social media, the ones that come around my channel, they all love gore in their horror. And so, yeah,
Yeah, you would think that that's why I named my channel that, but it's not. It just kind of works as a double meaning.
yeah.
Of course, I named it that because of my agoraphobia. You know, I just took the A off and made it agoraphobe, and it became a double meaning. Since I do horror, it worked out perfectly.
It definitely does.
Right, fancy name, I must say. Got lucky with
I,
that one.
I I thought that you might have been playing double wording with that because of your
It
agoraphobia and everything.
just worked out that way.
And
Just worked out that way.
because I know how much you love gore in your
Right.
movies.
It was almost like it was meant to be. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
meant to be. Things like that are cool when that kind of thing happens.
Um, Karen said, I have a new word, gore.
That's funny that you say that. One of my shows before I was going to name my show in horror for all and for the horror of it, I was going to call it the Gorer Show. You know how I am. I'm always playing. I'm always naming my shit something. You know, it'll just be a watch along, and I'll name it something fancy, like it's gonna be something special. But all
Karen,
it is a watch along.
Can you do me a favor, or Mayanne, put the link to the live stream that you're doing with Gore in the description so that Sarah can get it? Appreciate it.
I love to just just name shit. Like I said, it may just be a watch along, but I gotta name it something fancy. I love intros and I love to name things. I will come up with a new show just so I can make an intro for it. I love that. I love the whole hoopla of it. You know what I mean? I love to take 10 minutes worth of intro just to get into a show where I'm watching a movie.
Watching this movie and everything, do you know Our Life in Horror?
What?
The channel, Our Life in Horror.
I don't think so.
Well, one of the people on there, her name is Sam. Well, that's not her full name, but everybody calls her Sam. She said this is her favorite in all of the Final Destination movies, and I can see why she loves it so much. But if you want to find out reviews on new movies that are coming to theaters, you want to find out about unusual movies and everything, it's definitely a channel worth checking out.
Cool. Yeah, it seems like I might have heard of it, but
Karen is saying yes, use it, Keith. Gorin.
Gore, the Gore show, yeah, because the Gore show, and it was all one word, and it was written in blood. The Gore show.
If I was to do it, all in blood would be fine, but I would do it more in green to make it look like sludge or something, because green is never good in horror.
One word. Yeah, I was going to do that like 3 years ago. It was going to be Gore show. Patrick kept wanting to divide it because I think I did name one of them Gore show because Patrick was trying to separate them. Gore show, and I said no, it's just one word. So I think I did name. If you go way back, you might be able to find one of my thumbnails that says something like that.
Thank y'all for
I might check that out because I got like 250 or 300 live streams, so I don't remember.
I think I remember you doing that for one of your streams.
Maybe.
Really do.
Might check it out. Yeah. I'll go back.
You want to hear something funny? My grandma's dad died of COPD, and he was on oxygen. Then she had two sons, my dad and my uncle, that died from COPD from this. But today, she asked me if I got cigarettes yet. And I was like, after she said, that's good, I was like, I couldn't talk for a few minutes because she surprised me because she's always like, Dad, quit your smoking. She didn't do that today.
Yeah, my mom passed away of COPD too, and here I am. I've smoked nearly 40 years.
But I was talking to Karen, and I told her I think Grandma knows how stressed out I am. She's one of the few people that actually knows me. I can have a straight face, I can have a smile on my face, and everybody will think I'm fine. But she will know. She'll be like, Danette, what is wrong with you? She hasn't said that, but she knows. She's my mother for all intents and purposes anyway.
Right.
And for any of y'all out
Female.
there watching this, a mother isn't the one that brings you into the world. They're the ones that raise you and know you best. That's my opinion of it. And that's my
Yeah.
grandma. She always knew me best. I mean, everybody else around me, when I was lashing out and getting angry and throwing things, they were like, "You're crazy." She was like, "Nope, I've had enough of this. There's something wrong. I'm taking you to see a psychiatrist." They paid $400 for me to be able to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's all I've known most of my life. And, it's hard seeing her in a hospital bed. She hates it.
Right.
She don't have to tell me it. I know she hates it. She knows I know she does. Oh, that is a great movie.
Double candy. Yeah. It's different. That's why I like it.
Oh,
And
and
do something
Our
different.
Life in Horror, and I said Sam's name, but her husband's name is Brian. They just like Karen live in Canada, but on this side, not her side. I'm in the same boat you are, Karen. I have never seen that movie. I guess I know who's next. The guy that the lead girl is hanging around. She's on the phone with now, but his face is blurred and he looks like he's in pain in another picture. So guess he's the next. I wish I could figure out who he is. He looks so damn familiar. um, I have the biggest notepad in the world. It's called Notepad App.
What is it? Him and her, both of the main people here have this desperate, just horrid look about the way they look. You know what I mean? Like just desperate depression. They're just like, I mean, I can't even do it myself, but they just like her. Look how dramatic she looks when she goes on there. She just like she's real good at that though. 10 Cloverfield Lane, she was real good at that look too. John Goodman is fantastic in that. Where's
That was
Top Gun
the
gonna be?
big reason why I wanted to see that movie, and I watched it. I
You
love a
know,
lot of his movies and everything. And he did a great job in it.
he was great in Fallen too. You remember him in Fallen with
Yeah,
Denzel Washington? Yeah,
showed how crazy he could be in that movie.
yeah.
Um,
Time is on my side. Yes, it is.
I love that song. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
there was in another movie too. Shocker.
Right, right. Shocker's one of those Wes Cravens that people forgot about. Uh-oh, here it goes.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it. A lot of people don't like that movie, but I love that movie. It's one of my
Mhm.
favorite Sam Elliott movies, and him and his wife were so good in that. The chemistry between them two, you could really see it in the legacy, and I don't know if you knew that is his wife in real life, but yeah, they were married around the same time that film was made. Um,
Yeah, Sam Elliott's married to Catherine Ross from The Legacy and Stepford Wives. Has been for 40 years. They met making The Legacy, I do believe. I seen a thing on them a month or two ago where it showed them when they was young together, and now it shows them when they're older together. They've grown old together. Those two have. It's pretty cool.
I've never seen Constantine. Um, I,
Kind of like Kurt Russell
I
and Goldie
shouldn't
Hawn.
say that I haven't seen it. I've seen the TV show. I didn't see the movie. I hated that they canceled that show. I loved it, and they left it on a cliffhanger.
Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn are a cute older couple too now. You know what I mean? They've grown
Yeah,
old together too. It's pretty cool to see them still together and in love. Hell, he raised her kids. You know?
yeah, and they actually have a kid together, and they're doing a movie together, and his son, that's with Goldie Hawn,
Yeah,
is playing the younger him, and I have to say he looks like him when he was
yeah,
younger.
yeah. He's just bigger. Yeah.
Yeah, he's bigger than his daddy ever was, but
Kurt didn't have to be big though. You know what I mean? Kurt was just cool the way he was. You know, Kurt didn't have to be
yeah,
big to be.
when he showed up, you felt his presence there, no matter what he was in.
Right. Yeah. Especially as Snake Plissken, you felt like no matter how big you was, he could probably kick your ass. You know what I mean?
Um, or I can't think of his name in the movie, but Big Trouble in Little China. I could have swore that that was the third installment in them movies, but everybody's like, it isn't. I'm like, well, it should have been because them characters seem so similar to each other.
Yeah. Did you ever see Unlawful Entry, where Kurt Russell plays a different kind of role? It's the one with Ray Liotta as the cop, and he gets infatuated with Kurt Russell's wife.
Yeah, I have that
That's a good
movie.
one. That's a good one.
Grandma loves Kurt Russell in movies, and she bought that movie, but I took it.
Who?
I
I
claimed it.
mean,
She
who?
don't care. I mean,
Who could ever
what's
dislike a
mine is
Russell? You know what I
yours,
mean?
so to speak. She, of
Everybody
course,
likes Kurt.
there's yeah, this isn't horror or anything, but there's a movie that she loves that I keep borrowing. She said, "You better bring it back." Um, Cold Mountain.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. He's fucking losing. What's wrong with him? Why is he acting so sinister?
I don't know.
Is he just kind of just flipped out for the whole situation here? Is he? I think he's just afraid.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's what it
probably
is.
what it is.
Yeah, that's what the problem is because he's like, it skipped me. He's just afraid and freaking out. Oh, it didn't skip you. Here you go. Oh,
You'll understand in a minute, but have you ever seen Popping Up the Volume?
yeah, yeah.
He looks just like Christopher Slater in that movie here.
Oh, oh,
So much
Christian Slater. Yeah,
so. The clothes
that's
and
a
everything, the attitude.
yeah, yeah.
Ah!
Well, well, after Christian Slater made Heather's, which is a great show.
Oh, I
They
love that movie.
they tried to make him like that in every movie for a while after that. Did you notice that?
Uh,
They tried to have him
they
play that
didn't
role.
make him act like that when he was in Interview with a Vampire.
Well, that was a few years later. Um, they didn't have him like that in 1991 in Robin Hood either. So that's a couple of exceptions. You know, the Robin Hood with Kevin Costner.
And he wasn't like that in True Romance either. Um,
True Romance has one of my favorite scenes ever in a movie when Dennis Hopper and Christopher Walken are doing their thing. Christopher Walken comes in as the gangster, and Dennis Hopper plays Christian Slater's dad, right? And he's telling him where the Italians come from, and he's talking about all the black and all that. And oh man, that is a great scene.
yeah,
Great,
that is a memorable scene in that movie.
very, very. Right before they killed Dennis Hopper, he knew they was going to kill him, so he figured he was going to say what he wanted to say first. He knew damn well they was going to kill him. So he figured, fuck it, I'm just going to say what I want to say to you first then. Plus, it was buying time for his son to get away. True
Yeah,
Romance kicked ass. Hell yeah. That's probably my favorite role. My favorite role of Pat Arquette, Trisha Arquette. That's probably my favorite role she ever did.
I liked her in that movie, but my favorite role, I mean, and a lot of people thought she was great, and then enough to give her an award for it was Medium.
Yeah, yeah,
She
yeah.
became,
That's a
it
series
just
though. You
shows
know,
all the
I'm not talking
different
movie.
sides she could play in a character. But if you're on a TV show for a long time, you get to see a lot more character development in somebody than a movie can do.
Yeah,
Everybody tells me they ripped off Ghost Whisperer with that TV show, and I'm like, no, they didn't. Patricia Arquette is far superior over Jennifer Love Hewitt.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
But I'm a little biased. I like Patricia. I do not like Jennifer.
I don't mind Jennifer, but you're talking about just pure acting. Yeah, she's got just Luck Hewitt beat all day. She might be the best actor in the whole Arquette family.
Oh, definitely.
Her sister was pretty good. She was the first one to break through, but I think Patricia's better.
Yeah, I like her sister and everything. I like David. I can't think of what his name is. The one that before he committed suicide. YouTube. They don't like that
Alex,
word. He had became a
Alex.
woman.
That was his name was Alex, I
Alexander.
think,
Yeah,
because he changed
Alex.
it to Alexis. Because he changed it to Alexis. Yeah,
Yeah. It's a
he
really
did pretty
good
good.
show, Mayan. I know you've got a lot to watch and everything, but if you can find it, it's definitely worth the watch. I mean, there was a woman that she had all this stuff happen to her, and they kind of did the story in Ghost Whisperer, but more importantly, the woman that they made after in Ghost Whisperer, they actually got her to be a technical advisor and a producer on Medium. So you know that she had control over what they did and what they said and everything. So it's more of a true portrayal of the woman that was supposed to be able to talk to ghosts. In it.
She
And
met Ray Liotta. She met Ray Liotta. Do you believe that shit? Isn't that cool?
wow, man.
Maybe.
I would have
Hell yeah.
loved to have met him. I mean, he most of his roles were him playing a bad guy, but there was a few roles where he was not, and everything he did, he was just he
Everybody
brought
always talks about.
everything to the table. And
Yeah.
from what I've heard about him, he was generally a nice guy to meet.
Like in Goodfellas, people always talks about Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro. I thought Ray Liotta did just as good. You know what I mean? He hung in
Yeah,
right
that
in there
he
with him.
did. He gave a great performance in that movie.
And it's not easy to hang with those two, and he definitely did. Perfect casting for that movie. Perfect casting. Casting is so important. Story and casting. That is the two most important things in a film: story and casting.
It's kind of like, I don't know why this popped in my head. One of the biggest baddies of all time in movies, especially horror films. Everybody says they love going and seeing him because he's so nice and everything, and that is
That's cool.
Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah, I heard somewhere I heard he was a dick. Yeah.
From what I hear from interviews and everything, he is a nice guy, though. I mean,
Really? Really? Hmm.
I don't know. I mean, he's one of the few actors that won't tell people to go away from him when they ask him for autograph, and he ain't even getting paid.
Huh. Okay. Well, I don't remember where I heard it. You know what I mean? It's just something that I heard somewhere on YouTube. So you know how that goes.
Maybe whoever it was being rude or obnoxious to him or something. Or
Well,
maybe he was just
pushy,
having a
pushy,
bad
maybe.
day.
Maybe they was pushy. Maybe he was trying to have dinner with his family, and they were
Yeah.
trying to be pushy or something. Yeah. A lot of fans will do that shit, man. They don't want to be stars all the time. Sometimes they want to just be people and do what regular people
Exactly.
get. And
And I
they're
can
promoting.
understand. You don't want to be having dinner or
Right,
being out with your family, and somebody come up to you and start pestering you.
right. What city did you meet him in, May?
Probably New York. He's from there, and so is she.
That's very cool.
I'm just guessing, but
Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, they always have these major endings too, just kind of letting you know that it's still going. You know, I like to see them pick right up immediately, like as soon as the person gets killed, like the next sequel, pick up right from that part. I love sequels that do that. To pick up right from the very end, kind of like the way Halloween 2 did with Halloween. It picked up right from the very end and just moved on from there. I love that one.
everybody goes on and on about it's a year later, and it is not. It's the same night.
Right.
Well,
Dang, so
I called it. I've got like 19 minutes after watching this movie that and I chit chatted at the beginning for a little bit, but yeah,
yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Hell yeah. You
I'm
and Drake
sorry.
have
You were
fun this
talking
evening?
about how Halloween was. But yeah, a lot of people don't like that story, but it makes the most sense that he is her brother.
Yeah, yeah. I could have done without that, but him just following her and trying to kill her because she escaped, I think that would have been good enough for me. You know what I mean? I don't feel like they had to do that though. They didn't have to go with the brother sister thing. They could have just had him be, diabolical and just, you know what I mean? Him have to get her because she got away. But I do like Halloween
Yeah,
too.
it was a lot of fun. I'm gonna have to rewatch the movie because I was talking. Sometimes I was looking down, not at the movie, but it looks like a fun time. Not to mention the fact that no volume.
Right. um, yeah, yeah, I'm very interested in you and Drake this Sunday. I don't know who's gonna win that. That's it's so much fun. That's what's so much fun from my point of view. Not knowing who's gonna win that makes it a blast. And I got a couple new categories for you guys, and I got a whole new bunch of questions. I took out the taglines.
Well, I'm bringing my A game.
Oh, I have no doubt about it. Yeah, I have no doubt, and I know he will because
I know
he
he will.
so yeah,
He's
should be
been
good.
talking smack to me about it. I'm gonna
Yeah, I
beat
know.
you.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
Tra-
like,
trash talking,
you think you're gonna beat me, but only time will tell.
trash talking. You he is. Yeah, yeah. That sounds like my son. Yeah, that's that. Well, think about it. I like to trash talk, so of course he didn't fall too far from the truth. He didn't fall, it's all in fun.
Yeah, he was like, I'm just kidding with you. It's gonna be fun, and good luck.
Should be cool. That'll be Sunday at 6 for anybody who wants to come and check it out. It's going to be a good one. It's probably going to be the best match so far of the tournament, and 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 the, and the winner of that will meet Knight on the 27th for the championship. So should be good. Should be good. So yeah, anybody's invited. It's good. It's going to be fun. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm
Yeah,
expecting the best match. and I don't know who is going to win. I have no idea. It's really even. So we'll just see. There, there's not going to be any taglines. I took the poster taglines out. We're not doing that. So it'll be a lot more fun because those taglines are just too hard.
Yeah, that was what stumped me and almost gave the win to Chris.
Stumps,
Um,
stumps everybody.
but he was struggling too with them taglines.
Yeah, yeah. You let me see. Let me find the score to that. I thought you won pretty handily. Maybe I misunderstood. Um, Annette and Chris. Oh no, it was 15-14, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, the semifinals go up to 25, and it's whoever passes 25 first wins. So yeah, here will
You'll
be the
probably have
category.
to go longer than an hour if it's going to be 25 instead of 15, because
Knight and them went pretty quick. Here is here's the categories. I'll go ahead and give you a hint of the category. Here's all the categories: multiple choice, true or false, film lines and quotes, screen queen / kings, film years, horror anthologies, giallo horror, monster mania. This is a new. Here's the new ones: monster mania and kills / name the film.
this is all of these are up my alley. I mean, of course, it doesn't mean that I'm going to get the answer. I mean, I knew some of the answers that you had up, and I didn't get them because it just went right out my dang head. Some of them I didn't know. Um, the funny thing is, some of the answers I gave you, I didn't know them, but I still got them.
And then, of course, whoever wins the championship on the 27th, I will be taking on the 4th. Not for the championship, just an exhibition, just because I want to play too, of course. And then we will see. That'll be interesting because I want to play the champion.
Have you
Coach,
decided what you're going to do about who's going to be the judge?
um, I'm I'm kind of in the next week or so. I'm going to put up a thing and see who wants to do it, and then I'll have the rest of the community come up with the trivia questions. You know what I mean? And then give them to whoever is going to take over on it. You know what I mean? So that way I have no part in it at all. So yeah, because I definitely want to be fair. I definitely wouldn't be coming up with questions. You know. Um,
Yeah, of
yeah,
course not.
I figured
It
I
won't
figured we
be
can get
fair if
like
you do the questions because you'll know all the answers.
of course, yeah. So I figure I'll try to make it a community thing. You know what I mean? Where everybody just kind of everybody that wants to pitch in can pitch in.
Well, do you have anything to announce? I know you're talking about the tournament Sunday, but are you doing anything else on your channel?
I don't know. Tomorrow night I may hop on and do something. Um, Drake, my son mentioned something about Witchboard. He also mentioned doing shit part two to the other one that we did. Shit, I can't remember the name of it. Rest Stop, maybe Rest Stop 2. So maybe do one of those tomorrow night with Drake, maybe
Yeah.
on my channel or his, whichever. I'll post it whichever it's going to be. But yeah, maybe something like that. Other than that, it'll be the tournament. And right now, I am currently working on my Lucio Fulci documentary. It probably will not be done until about midsummer because I'm doing it right. I'm doing it really well. I'm trying to make it as professional as possible. And then after that's done, I put it out this summer. I will be doing the documentary about my time the last 4 years on YouTube and everything I've been through, and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I got happening.
Well, for me, I'm going. If you look on the thing, you can see all it. I'm going to do all the Final Destinations, which there's only two left, and then I'm going to start on the um prom night movies. There's four of them, and then
So, yeah.
in May I'm going to be doing the sleepaway camp movies.
Ooh,
I
yes.
don't have I've got like 10 minutes left, and so I can't do it on the first, I mean, on Monday, but my it, StreamYard renews itself on the 22nd, and I'm gonna do the Final Destination 4 on Tuesday. Keith will be here most likely, and Derek is going to try to make it. And I was going to do live stream for The Shining tomorrow, and do it every Saturday, but I'm going to start it next Saturday since I can't do it tomorrow, and cut it into manageable sizes so people can watch along, and won't have to watch it all at one time, because most people can't do a mini series all in one setting, and I'm crazy for doing it, but
Hey,
they're my comfort. When I want to watch something that's not too horror-y, I go to Stephen King. And by the way, when I say The Shining, I do mean Stephen King's miniseries. I'm not talking about Stanley Kubrick's. And no. Um,
I love
And
Stanley
part
Kubrick.
of the reason I'm doing it is because people don't neither know it, or they don't give it a chance, or they
I've seen it.
say they don't like it after first try. But I want to get people excited about it. And if you love Stephen King as a writer, it's worth a watch if you've never seen it. And like I said, it's
Yeah,
going to be done where people can manage it. Like, I'll do a stream for 2 hours with it.
it's a lot more like the book. That's for sure.
Yeah, it definitely is.
So if you prefer the book,
And I never read the book, but I know Stephen King. He likes to write from emotional standpoint where you can relate to even the bad guys. And they did come across with Jack Nicholson, and I didn't like the kid in the original. Most people don't like the remake kid, but I do.
yeah, that is one of the ugliest kids I've ever seen in my life. That kid in the remake. That kid is so fucking. Sorry. You know.
I'll be there, hopefully, and everything. It depends on what I'm doing. I might be at the hospital with Grandma. Um, I mean, she's not said anything to me, but every day she's called me that I didn't come up to the hospital, and I know she wants me around, so gonna try to go and see her as much as possible. And my cousin is finally not being a dick, and he's saying he'll take me up there. So yeah. Um, Even though I don't like hospitals, I really don't. They always drain me and make me feel bad after going there.
Yeah.
And
That's why I
I've
like.
been in hospitals a lot. I mean, my uncle was in hospital, my dad's been in hospital, and I went and seen them. And Like, and my grandma's been in hospital before and everything, not as long. She was going through radiation and chemotherapy, and she got a fever, and they had to keep her in for like 5 days. And I went up there every day to see her. So yeah, I went up there with my grandma when my uncle was in hospital and everything, and we went every day.
Yeah.
And we stayed long after everybody else left. But I feel like if you love somebody, no matter how much you don't want to do something, you do it for them.
Exactly. But do you notice back in the day, many years ago, that the visiting hours were a lot more strict than what they are now? They're not nearly as strict now on the visiting hours at hospitals that they used to. Depends on
Yeah.
how sick you are too. You know what I mean? It depends on how sick the person is.
Well, back when the pandemic was happening, they wouldn't let you go at all.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, that was different. Yeah. Take it easy,
All
man.
right,
Have a good one.
man. Thank you for coming. I'm going to get off here pretty soon too.
All righty.
Um,
Thanks again. Thanks again for having me. I much appreciate it. Had a great time. Always do.
yeah, this was a lot of fun, and I had fun too. Well, everyone, I'm Nanette. Jack is elsewhere. Remember, be the person you're meant to be, and this is Gorophobe.
You are not. Take it easy.